And welcome back to
Rarars Adventures.
So we are on our breaks with buddies.
We are indeed.
So for some reason, right, first of all, we're in a different location, so we're really hoping that the signal will be better on Facebook.
Yeah.
But we are both really hypo, and we don't know why, because we're both hurting. But we're both really hypo, it's crazy.
That's what giggling today.
It's quite chilly willy today.
It is chilly.
It is.
It is a bit cold. It is the wind. It is the wind. But it's supposed to die down this afternoon, so hopefully our afternoon group will have a little bit of sunshine.
Pretty.
Yeah.
So
for now, the hat's staying on.
Yeah, she's in bed today.
My back hurts. I think it's my sciatica pain. It's not awful, but you know when it feels like it could go any moment and it keeps twinging. But I think it's because I think that's what did it. Yeah.
She followed.
I took the dogs down the beach and one of them rolled in some very pleasant fox poo. So came home, took her upstairs to have a bath. And I was wearing fluffy socks.
Yeah.
And they obviously got a bit wet. And I came downstairs and at the bottom of the stairs is tiled flooring. So of course I came down and went.
That's it. Game over.
My dad was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I don't know what I'm doing down there." You just feel such an idiot, don't you, when you're an adult, you fall over.
I don't care actually. I don't.
Yeah, I suppose you've got past that embarrassment.
And it's
yeah, I went down like a ton of bricks. I did.
She did.
Glad when I've lost all my weight, it might not hurt so much. Although actually, maybe it's a bit cushioning. It's probably why I'm not bruised.
Yeah. So, oh, do apologise. Blue's got school later.
You have got school later?
Yeah, went last week and that was brilliant.
Are the puppies allowed to? Because last week puppies were separate, weren't they? So
yeah, so I've got little dividers and they can't meet up. But this week, I don't know. I'm under the impression they get to meet, but I'm not 100% sure.
I guess they're separate so they can concentrate.
Yeah.
Better without all the excitement. Not that Blue concentrates so much.
But it's getting there. I keep putting little videos up.
I went to hers this morning and I didn't get bitten.
And I didn't get bitten either because he was really good this morning. I don't know if it's fluke or what, but it was really, really good.
It was.
I was like, yes.
Came up and greeted me and didn't. I wear fluffy boots and normally he tries. Well, they've got rips in them now because of him, but he thinks they're toys. But he didn't try and eat them off.
No, he didn't think they were toys this way.
No.
And I noticed how big he was getting. Like, obviously, because he's living with us, he's like, we don't recognise how big he's getting, but we've got a slight round chair. And normally, when you throw a treat up there, he has to like put his front paws up to like get it. Today, he just got it. I was like, oh my god, you have grown.
Well, how long have you had him now?
February. So like 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
So he was 10 kilograms when they got him.
Yeah.
And he's 19 kilograms now.
19.1.
Boy, that dog is eating for England. But he's really got into his toys as well, which I think's helped him.
Yeah.
He's really into his toys. And they've got him a frisbee. It's vegetable frisbee.
Yeah,
he likes the agility.
Yeah, he really likes it. It's showing that
yeah, I wish I could go outside.
Yeah.
Love it.
Love it.
Yeah, you know, when they're like lovable. It's like lovable, doesn't it?
Love it.
Lovable.
I love it.
But yeah.
So yeah, that's
tickling it really.
I love it. So Scoot Buddies this morning was good.
It was. We only had one person today because we've got one that wasn't well, one that is on holiday. And obviously it's winter. It's a bit too cold for people at the moment. Hopefully,
the clock's going forward this weekend, so the weather should start pick up. More people will come. And me and Hay are hoping to do some promotion in the next coming weeks, aren't we?
Yeah, do some more leaflet drops and spread the word that Scoot Buddies is on. Obviously, we stay all year round because we've got a handful of clients that are quite happy to brave the weather. Because the original plan was to shut down throughout the winter and start again in the spring, when the clocks change again. But we wanted to keep it going because obviously for some people it's one of few things that they do.
Yeah, it really helps them mentally and physically.
Yeah, and we're always happy to come out. So We thought, yeah, we'll just keep it
And
going.
it helps us.
Yeah,
It helps us mentally keep a routine and gives us something to look forward
and I
to.
hate doing that. We both do, don't we? It doesn't do anything for the depression. It doesn't do anything for me physically. It's just a bit crappy. And I think anyone that's got a disability feels the same. Most people in general feel the same without a disability, don't they? It really does affect them.
And changing the subject a little bit, I can't remember if I said this or not, but I contacted doctors. And yeah, I did. I remember because we're kind of like moan about it. But anyway, yeah. So obviously, I said that I contacted doctors about my arthritis. Well, what I think is arthritis. And they said, "Oh, you have to wait a few weeks to get the appointment through."
Yeah.
I got them through the next day.
Oh, did you? I didn't tell me about it.
Did I not? Oh, sorry. So telling you as well. And it's 2 weeks time.
That's really good.
It's really quick, isn't it?
They're doing the X-rays, because the wait to have a full body nuclear scan, which is what I had, there's quite a long wait for it. So they thought, well, they'll do the X-rays first for Tara, and then if they need to,
and hands,
and then if there's any signs there, then
I
they
go
can
to
rheumatology, and then they'll do the rest.
Yeah,
but
I'm dragging you along for the
I am taking you to those ones. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Have we got someone watching on
which one are you looking at?
Studio.
So that's YouTube.
Restream. Was that YouTube?
YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah, but it's not coming out with a name. So if somebody is watching on there, hi, but I just can't see you today for some reason. Yes. But thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
We've got 3 cameras going, so I've got confused about which one's going to win. Yeah, it doesn't take a lot, does it? No. So, yeah.
And are we throwing our ideas out there to help raise money?
Yeah, so we want to do some sort of fundraiser.
Obviously, we're not a charity.
We're not a charity, but we want to spread our group to Worthing. In order to do that, we need another mobility scooter. If anybody has one they don't want anymore, I want to donate, or knows of someone who would be willing to donate one. We had one donated from the Lions charity for our Little Hampton group, because the one we were using was really slow, so one of us wasn't keeping up with the group, which obviously for health and safety we need to be together as a group, because we wear high-vis jackets. One goes at the back, one goes at the front. So they were absolutely fantastic. So if you are a charity shopper, head on down to your local Lions charity shops, because they are fantastic. So now we just need one to start in Worthing. So any help, any support, contact us. It would be amazing. Any
ideas really? Because we can't obviously do fundraising for a charity. We're not charity.
We're not registered as a charity. We charge £3. We've kept our charges as low as we possibly can to cover our running costs. So it's only £3 a person. But obviously, people haven't got the money to pay to go to groups and stuff. So we don't want to be one of these groups that's like, oh yeah, it's £10 a time, because they haven't got it. But
at the same time, we've got to cover the maintenance.
We've got to cover, but we do rely on other people. We fund it ourselves. It's hard. It's hard out here, man. It's hard.
It's really hard. We're doing it,
but we want to do something.
It's benefiting.
It is. And like this morning, we only had one person. But if we can change one person's day into a positive day, we're happy with that. To us, that's successful. Because that's what we needed when we were struggling before we started this.
Before I did any of this, I didn't like going out on my scooter, because I didn't like the abuse or the way people looked at me. I didn't like the fact that I had to drive a scooter. Totally.
It's completely different from driving a car. I mean, I thought, well, I drive a car, it'll be fine. But because it's a bit different when you're in Big Red. But when you're on the scooters that are open top, you feel vulnerable, and it's just different, and you have to get used to people walking out in front of you accidentally and things like that, because you're just not, or dogs running in front of you. And when you go to across the road, you might have cars either side, and obviously when you're in a car you can see past those cars,
or cars parked on the path.
of cars watching past. But when you're on a scooter, you can't see over the cars, so you're like edging forwards a little bit to look around the cars. It just takes a while to get used to it. I really shouldn't lean forwards like that. That's not doing me any favours.
Lots of different things to take
Yeah,
into
it
consideration.
is.
Even down to bin day and bins being put out.
Oh, bin day is fun. But it's not just the bins. You tend to end up with bloody glass everywhere. I am so sick.
Are you swearing on live?
I said bloody. Is that really a swear word?
I don't know.
I don't. Anybody want to tell me off for that one?
I'll tell you what, hand out, no. Don't swear.
You called me a dumbass on that.
That's not swearing, is it?
Well, I think dumbass is more insulting than bloody.
Well, you just said it again. Twice. Are we going to argue on telly?
Telly?
Telly.
It's not really telly.
Anyway, carry on with your story.
We are this morning.
Oh, dear.
What was my story? I've forgotten.
Glass
Everywhere. But it's not just, it's dangerous for dogs. It's dangerous for cats. It's dangerous for kids. It's dangerous for mobility scooters. It's dangerous for cyclists.
It's expensive to replace the inner tube.
If you're out there,
I tell you,
and just
get it out.
Just put it in a bin. It's
and can I just say, right? If you physically can't change the tyre in a tube, then you can't go out, because then you've got to wait for someone to come and change your inner tube and wait for it to be changed before you can go out, which means that you're housebound once again.
Exactly.
Oh, it's so frustrating.
Hello to the other person that's watching us. We can't see any names coming up today, so
hello, thank you for joining us. We hope that you're well.
Drop us a message and then we'll know who you are.
Yes. But yeah, it is really frustrating.
It is frustrating. It's just you unless you're in a situation,
you don't realise.
You don't, and there's situations that we aren't in that we probably don't give as much consideration to. It's just it's hard out there for the mobility scooter users.
And
it's cold out here.
Buggy
Yeah, prams, all sorts of things. But I do worry about my dogs mostly, to be honest, because
some things you think about when you
Do you know what? I'm a bit chilly, so I did bring coat.
Why did someone not bring coat today, Hayley?
Because I just assumed it wasn't going to rain.
And who bought a coat today?
Who walked out of the house and forgot their coat and had to be reminded to go get
Why
their coat?
did someone bring their coat today?
That might happen to me.
And why did someone bring their coat for someone else? Because someone else didn't bring their coat. Who knew they were driving an open.
No, I just don't need this attitude from my boss, all right? I don't need it.
I'm not your boss. Just me.
She says that, but then we'll have another discussion and she'll be like,
No.
was told.
Yeah, like, don't crash into me. Do you know what? Right? She tried to
Here we
run
go.
me off.
Oh, I know. Here we go.
He tried to drive into me, and then I tried to drive her into the pond.
Tried to drive me into the pond. Can you imagine it? Little Hampton Gazette. Woman driven into pond, near drowning. It's not that deep. But where was it? We went to we did some paddleboarding last summer at a river, and there was this one bit. It was like a lock bit. It was like a lock bit. Anyway, it was difficult to get off the board and back onto land. We had to climb up this wooden bit. I tried to climb up this wooden bit to stand on my board to lean on it. Anyway, I ended up falling in the water, holding onto this wooden bit, and I'm going, oh no. My dad stands up. He's like, Hayley, you can. It was like, wait, story.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. She does that quite a lot.
So embarrassing. I'm glad it was just family and not like public. Yeah, I thought it was really deep. And I'm not keen on. I like the sea because I know what's underneath it. When you do paddleboarding in a river, you just don't know if there's. Well, yeah, but you're more likely to get loose branches, metal, trolleys.
Yeah, like a seal or a jellyfish will fight in the sea.
Well, I'd rather fall on a seal than I would a metal. I don't think the seal appreciate it.
I think we're going off topic.
Sorry, we do that. We can't help it.
Well, anyway, we have a second class of scooter buddies, so we'll let you get on.
We do. Yeah, have a lovely day.
Yes,
and we appreciate you tuning in.
Yes, listen to our babbles.
Is that a swear word?
I don't know. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and
Hit that notification bell, ding ding ding. Really should bring my bell with me. It's not as satisfying as pretending.
You have to get a bell with your phone. Oh, that won't work.
I'm using it to record for TikTok.
Oh, golly gosh. Okay,
Anyway.
have a lovely day and we'll see you next week.
Love you
Lots of love.
guys.
Take care. Bye.